And welcome back. We are glad you are still there. Of course, this Sporty Monday, we have the Bundesliga analysis coming up and, of course, the EPL. But first things first, we are asking you on your thoughts that Kenya marks 60 years of independence. Your thoughts on the state of sports at Kenya turns 60 tomorrow when we celebrate the Jamhuri Day. At Isaac Swiller, at Citizen TV Kenya, you can also SMS 22422 and we will be sampling them at the tail end of this program. And back locally, of course, Gor Mahia were held to a 2-2 draw at the Homa Bay Stadium, in Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay. Let's take a look at how that action went down.
Kwa hakika tulikuwa tunatarajia kuwa kama mbaya sana tungejaribu tupate pointi moja. Lakini mambo hayakwenda kulingana na mpangilio vile ilikuwa.
Kuna mabao zimepotea, lakini maybe ilikuwa ni concentration kidogo na calmness katika goli, lakini in overall wametengeza nyingi ambapo ndio nzuri sana.
Of course, that's Homeboys against Shabana at the Kakamega Stadium, or rather the Buhungu Stadium in Kakamega, if you so wish. Shitera, this is your team. You follow them very, very closely, and you'd tip them to challenge for the title. Do you still hold that thought?
I still hold that thought because remember the COVID year, was it 2020, when they lost it? It's a team that is really determined to clinch the EPL. They failed, lost to Tusker in a league that was nullified by the tribunal. In last year's campaign, they really settled on the FKF Cup. That was a plus, I think the first trophy for Kakamega Homeboys. And their mandate or their plan was really to go all out to clinch the KPL. And such results are really sending a warning shot to the big boys. Tusker, Gor Mahia, FC Leopards are no longer big boys. I can only compare them to Chelsea.
Of course. See, talking of the big boys, your friend Matano was not very pleased at the weekend. He went ballistic, so to speak, questioning officiating. And of course, Gor Mahia, the big boys Shitera is talking of, also held to a 2-2.
Swila, there have been a problem with officiating. We have talked about it. It's now becoming a cliche because just before the weekend, the coach Gor Mahia, McKinstry, Jonathan were talking about the same, that teams have lost key points because of poor officiating. I don't know what is the cue about it. I don't know what FKF is going to do about it because I don't know how many are going to be suspended so that we have really that cleanup. Or do we now say we need VAR, and how expensive is it and how affordable it is in the Kenyan Premier League? Because Matano was justified to complain. Some of those opportunities they were denied. That handball cleared from a very natural position. Then you wonder what the referee needed for him to do his job. So he was justified. But also, let me say this: Tusker is suffering because they're not the team they were last year. After the exit of Jackson Macharia yesterday, he was on the opposite side. Posta Rangers talk about Humphrey Mieno now doing wonders with Sofapaka. He's scoring match after match, and the likes of Matasi. Then Tusker did not maybe get the best replacement for some of those key players, and they are struggling. So when Matano finds himself in such a situation where he finds he would have won a match if the referee called the shots as it were, then he must complain. I think there's a problem with that. But let me talk about AFC Leopards. Before I went for my long break here, there was a discussion about possibility of firing Tom Juma. And I told people, Niliwa won. I said that this is not the problem of coaching in that team. There is a deeper problem here. Now Thomas Tuchel has come. He is here, but the team is not surviving.
Thomas?
Trucha.
Sure.
Trucha. So really, the question is, what are they going to tell us now? The same question we were raising about Shabana when Sami Okoth was being fired, and now we have Kambona. They are losing match after match. So I think when decisions are being made in some of these teams, we need to ask the question, have we given a coach everything before we start demanding too much from them?
Too much from them. And Zita, looking at the collated results, of course, it's very close at the top. Your poster, whom you spent time with, also dropped points. And of course, Gor Mahia dropped points. How do you see the title race panning out in a minute?
You know, when you're playing with any team in the KPL, you don't know what the outcome will be. As again, Poster Rangers were playing against Tusker. Tusker now, as long as you're not saying down, they're not the big boys because they are below top 10. So for me, I think Tusker getting a point from Poster Rangers getting a point from Tusker, that was like a big win for Poster Rangers. Again, seeing that Gor Mahia dropping points against Nzoia. Nzoia is actually in the below the table in the relegation zone. So for me, I think that was the 3 points that Gor Mahia will have taken home. Again, seeing Shabana being beaten by Homeboys now are the second in the log because it's just only the difference is 1 point, seeing that Gor Mahia has 28 points, and then Kakamega has 27, and then Poster Rangers has 26 points. So the league is still open. Anyone can top the league, and then again, each and every team you go against as you play the FKF Premier League, it is not a walk in the park.